Okay, welcome back. We are streaming live, Vintage Story yet again. Welcome, welcome. Um, just a real quick update on the game here. It's Monday, the 22nd of January, and they're doing this thing about partial outage to their system, but it looks like it's resolved. Going over to the mod page. Let's just do a quick search and see if there's any updated mods. The last one I looked at was, I did add Meteor expansion off camera, but let me go ahead and just search and see if there's anything since then. I guess we got one. So nothing too great there. Now we're still waiting on X skills. Let's just go ahead and take a look specifically for that one. And we can see here that we're still at 18.6 RC2 on that. And people are still posting that they're waiting, asking for updates from this guy that did this mod. Let's just see if he's been active at all. It's interesting. No, not there. So, you know, it doesn't look like a lot of activity. Let's just take a look at this one and see if there's any activity here. No. August 3rd is like the last time. And then, if you go to the homepage on mods, you can look at, let's see. You can get a good sense of what's going on in the community by just kind of scanning these comments. And these are the most recent 20. So you really get a good sense of interesting stuff. And the other one I'm kind of waiting on is the Rustbound Magic. So if we just do a quick search for Rust there, and let's go ahead and follow that. I am logged in right now. Let's go ahead and follow that one. And as you can see here, and there's just a comment here, but it doesn't look like it's been updated. But I still have it loaded, so I'm not sure if it works or not, but I have the old version loaded. We'll switch to the new version if need be. Pretty cool textures. This is really excellent work from just one guy. Okay, but that's just a real quick update on the mod situation. We're waiting on more mods coming out. Okay, going back into the game. I've got that batch from last night going. Unfortunately, my wolf here grew up before I could finish taming him, so I'm going to have to put him down. And we'll have to try again with a different wolf. But might as well get the resources here. Okay. And I did a little bit of caving, and I did find a translocator back here off camera, which is bananas. We do have borax over here, and I do need to start thinking about getting some a source of lime. Yeah. Oh, geez, there's a drifter. Where'd he come from? Is there a cave somewhere that I missed? Or what? I don't even know where he came from. That's crazy. Okay, so nothing there. I'm not getting much loot from the drifters right now. Let's just put a couple things away right quick. I don't have a stones, do I? I'll just put these stones in here. And I found, I have a lot of different types of stone. I found some, oh, there's some lime. I found some metal parts, some gears, some magnetite. Keep those out. And I found the tuning cylinder down by the translocator. I'll show you that in a minute. But let me actually have an okay amount of lime. But not enough to make anything substantive right now. Alright, I'm gonna switch that into there. And I'm going to start putting junk physically down in the world, I think. Like, I put this here. I'm going to put this here. And I think once you pick it up once, that means it's collectible for all time. So in other words, I can break this and pick it up again as many times as I want. And I think it's a solid, secured, breakable version of that junk. Okay, and that's fine. Let's get these in there. Okay. And I guess let's put this in and let's cook this up. I mean, I don't have a wolf to work on right now, so let's see. I typically like to give something approximating the amount of firewood that is necessary for, or that's the same number as the thing I'm cooking, roughly. Okay. And then what? I was gonna do one other thing. All right. Okay, so let's go check out that borax. Actually, I'm going to grab the other pickaxe because my current one is a little bit low. Okay, so I did... This is an astonishing thing. I've very rarely found borax in the world before. There's some Aurochs spawned in. That's cool. But here, look at this, borax bits. I almost never find surface or of borax, and I almost never find borax in general. So having it here, I mean, this alone, this surface bit is like more or less the equivalent of a anvil, I think. Although I don't think I can get lime out of that, now that I think about it. That's okay, though. We have chalk nearby. Okay. So let's go ahead and just dig down a bit here. Go ahead and change this. I'll delete that thing, and the auto. So, you know, I did that Control Shift X, or was it Alt Shift X? Control Shift M, sorry. Control Shift M. And surface ore, as you can see, for example, borax bits become that white pickaxe there. So that's what we've got going. Boy, I want to make brown coal a different color. Okay. So let's dig down and see if we can find the actual deposit now. And it's right there. Cool. So oh, and I need a bronze pickaxe to break that, so that's just something to keep in mind. We'll come back and get some of that later. Okay, you know what though? We do need some of that chalk because we're going to need lime to get our leather working going and stuff like that. I didn't bring any ranged weapons, but I wouldn't mind taking out, you know, a bigger animal, getting some more food. But the chalk should be right back on this. By the way, I did eventually get up to check out this trader. It's a furniture trader up there on the mountain. That mountain is so beautiful. But yeah, we've got halite there, lead, and then the chalk is just in these cliffs, I think, if I remember correctly. I didn't mark it because it's just a rock, but I should have marked it because it's a What do you, you know, a lime-bearing rock. Okay, and we've got more borax bits. That's bananas. So I've got that marked on the map. Merely by picking that up because of that mod. So that's very convenient. Is this a cave? There's a bear right there, by the way. I could attack the bear, but I don't have armor and I don't have ranged weapons. So I don't want to do that. That's quartz. And you need a bronze pickaxe to get to quartz. Is that dirt? Yeah, it's just dirt. It looks suspicious for a second, but it's just underground dirt. I'm just seeing if this goes anywhere that's worth noting. It does not. It does not. I think I might have already checked this cave out, actually. It's kind of nice. And, you know, I will say that... oh, wait, this one might. It's nice not having the dirt collapse because you get these lower cave systems like this. I don't have a pro pick yet, so I can't probe for gold or anything, but yeah, nothing at all in this cave system. Oh, here we go. I gotta run from this bear. Can I use the water to get him? Can I choose him in the water? Okay, he's got me once. I think I have a good chance of pulling this off. It's dangerous because if I get hit twice more, maybe I will die. Oh, but I succeeded. Okay, so that was a close one. Fortunately, I have enough health. I mean, that is not something you want to normally do. But getting that huge hide. I'm actually going to make one of these into a, I guess it's not going to take, I need 2 to get a huge. Okay, so I need 2 fat for 1 huge. Anyway, got a little distracted there by that cave and that bear, but it's nice to have those hides. Okay, so we're looking for chalk. Having found more borax. Did I? Okay, that's just quartz. Did I sorry, Control Shift M. Quartz. Yeah, that's a manual. I did that manually. That's interesting. And by the way, that mod is similar to the more well-known mod, Campaign Cartographer. It's just a more streamlined version, I think. And I'm kind of okay with that. I thought Campaign Cartographer got a little too cumbersome. Okay, so the chalk biome should be right up here on the left somewhere. Right? Oh no, it's over here. I need to go more this way. Okay. So we may have to get a little bit of lag here. I need to restart my computer. I haven't restarted my computer forever, and I've been using the same instance of Vintage Story for a while, as well as the same instance of OBS, as well as the same internet tabs. Here's resin. So this should that auto generates. I guess I should start collecting that now that I have at least a little bit of backpack storage. Boy, it'd be nice to find more linen, though, so I can make another backpack. I'm going to avoid picking up those blueberry bushes. I will pick up white currants, because I don't have any of those bushes yet, I don't think. And I like to have a little bit of each. Okay, here's copper. I normally use red for copper, so let me change that. Oops. Okay. And then basically need to go due east here. Boy, these sure do look like meteoric iron deposits, don't they? But they're not. Go around the corner here. We'll get this right. I mean, I still want to supplement my crop production, and I've had a little bit of trouble finding sources of crop seeds, so I'll be a little bit more willing to pick those up as I find them on these journeys. Okay, so we should be getting close. A little bit of a lag spike there as we load in this bigger cliffside here. Okay, big lag spike. I will say, okay, there's some of the chalk that I'm talking about, right? No, that's the halite. Damn, okay. Let me consider. Why am I caps locked? Okay, we could make a sail raft. That seems viable, but yeah, just getting over there is gonna be a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use this side of the coast to get up a little closer to where the actual chalk is, which I think should be right up here somewhere. That is salt, by the way. It's a weird spawn. I've never seen salt spawn out in the ocean like that before. Alright, I guess I'll get these. Alright, well, we're gonna be good on berries for a while.
Slot machine. Would you rather put in the machine that gives you a 1/1000th chance that universal healthcare and provides some minimal protection for abortion rights, or a machine that gives you 0% chance in healthcare and also privatizes your Social Security, throws women in jail for terminating a pregnancy? It's a good point. We're gonna. I mean, that's. I think it's gonna be. Although I just read this Jeff Stein piece in Washington Post about what the Biden.
Well, I might have maybe misremembered where the chalk was. Seems to be a lot farther away than I remember. I mean, I think it's up here. Or am I misremembering something?
Not quite that bad, but it almost has that same level of, like, sexiness. I mean, I think they're going to, lack their own. Well, they're going to, look, I mean...
Alright, let's start eating some of these berries while we're arguing. Or not arguing, wandering, exploring, I mean.
What they seem to be, I can't even find it here. It's right.
Oh, I think I see some right up there, maybe.
The top three,
I'm not imagining having found
taxes,
chalk,
and
right?
price gouging.
That's an interesting color up there, that yellow up there on the mountain.
Totally benefit him.
I mean,
Seriously, with young people.
prescription drug prices, very important.
Interesting.
They have too many homo.
This might be granite that I'm seeing up there.
Well, but you could say we're going to subsidize the building of more homes.
Yeah.
But
Oh, what's
prescription
this?
drugs, like, to run
That's a
on
weird
that
rock.
at this point, just like
Is that
they're not
shale?
paying attention to
Oh, it's
what is in
shale
news
gravel, okay.
every single day right now.
See, that looks to be
Every
granite.
single day.
That,
And
the closer I get, looks like granite as well.
I just can't believe. I just it has to be.
Let me come over here and take a
They're
look.
trying to figure out a second-term agenda conversation. One of the big questions is, how much are you looking forward and how much are you looking backwards? You always look forward. If you want to,
I'm assuming that's granite,
that you learn when you start.
but let me nerd pull up there and see.
Also,
the dumbest.
you have to look forward when you're like understanding time as a linear concept, and also when you're legislating.
Yep, that's just granite.
Right?
Sad.
You need to, and here is,
Okay, well, I get a little bit of a view here, and I don't see any chalk over there.
Trump, do we have this DeSantis thing? 'Cause this is,
Um,
one that reminds you, like, yeah.
Alright, so we're out of sticks now, too, which is great. Or no, we're not out of sticks, we're out of ladders.
The sense. Okay. This is after he
This is
said.
Donald Trump.
There's clay. Can I just left click that? Yep, that's nice. That's super convenient. And then we can get a flower by just left clicking without harvesting that. So I am going to do that with flowers that I like. Okay. Sorry about the sound there, guys. I'm listening to the radio in the background. That's flint. Where the F is the chalk? Guess I could have used a little bit more discernment while looking at the map. Here's lead. Lead ore. Oh, that did auto-populate. That's interesting. Okay, so how do I... Okay, that's what's going on. It sees that block and gives me that lead ore symbol. And I guess I need to change the lead color. That's fine. You know what? That's close enough. Ideally, it would be this color, which I don't know what that color is. But whatever. Okay, here's some spelt. Let's get these seeds. Alright, let's get back on the map and look a little bit more closely for that chalk. I could have sworn we got sandstone there. Chert. This is all chert. Chert. Peridotite. Bauxite. Chert. 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 Shale. Well, I might have been hallucinating when I think I saw that chalk. I might be thinking of a different world or something, you know? It's just shale down there. Okay, here's the cave. I don't mind the occasional minimal cave exploration. This is not a good cave. Alright. Oh, here we go. Let's check this out. Is this it? I think that's just going to be granite. You know, it is kind of shockingly difficult to find limestone or chalk, and for that matter, marble. In Terraformacraft, there was also one other option for lime, and I think it was dolomite. I don't know what I just picked. Oh, I must have left that the last time I was through here. Alright, so this is just a shale cave. I could probably take one drifter, but I don't want to get too bogged down. I'm not at full health either.
The bottom line is, she's basically saying we're going to provide resources to justify forcing people to carry pregnancies to term. But the bottom line is that
Well, nothing really happening in this cave. This is a boring cave.
this is just
Barely has stalactites.
this is what Republican politics are about. You cannot move forward in Republican politics without this. And two, exceptions are BS. Perfect example.
I don't really feel like fighting him, so I'm going to move on.
And when the penalty is going to jail,
Okay, so I'm going to mark that cave as fully explored.
Doctors won't grant those exceptions. Yeah, so I don't know how many more stories are we gonna get out of this. And,
It's getting dark out. I might...
we're going to hear these stories all the time.
Maybe I'll try to find the next trader and sleep there, but yeah, I'm just not in a position to
DeSantis ran on Make America Florida or whatever the hell. That's no one. Americans don't want this. Resoundingly.
I'm just not seeing any chalk.
Donald Trump's not doing anything different.
Abortion rights are popular. I understand, but I understand what you're saying. But it's a minoritarian kind of.
A little bit of flax there, which is always something we're looking for.
More militant than a lot.
Is that a beehive? No.
Entirely fantastic made-up concern that somehow there's women who
Here's a ruin. I haven't come across a ruin in a while.
get late-term abortions based on a whim. We're putting untold women through this just because of that.
Well, and because they should be punished.
I'll go ahead and see what's in there. There's a bronze shovel. That's nice.
So it should be, and she should be punished for it.
And I'll use this opportunity to mention how much I hate the fact that this game calls 10 bronze 10 bronze. It calls bronze 10 bronze. It should just be bronze. Like, 10 bronze isn't that useful of a distinction.
That is true. Although you have more people who are insured than we have at any other time in the country.
I mean, I'll leave that one.
It focuses too much, like even like the 99% happening thing. It's like the different coalitions. Like I think there is like a capital veto that controls things on both parties.
There's some boars.
I would do that, but
Yeah, so our trap that we set up near home it's been activated several times and it hasn't had anything in it. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah. So I really need to find a place to sleep, or I need to just bite the bullet and make myself my own bed for the night. Did that not take? Oh, that didn't take. I right-clicked, I didn't left-click. Okay. Do I see any traders? Theoretically, there should be one in this general area. And I don't see him. Unless he's covered up by a tree, which is very plausible. Getting a little bit of lag spike for the new terrain generation because we're at the edge of our prior exploration. Go ahead and save that flower patch because it's pretty. I discriminate against ugly flowers in my playthrough. One thing about it being dark out is you do have the ability to see light sources, and so that can be a thing for finding traders. It's just very inconvenient. So I'm going to start collecting up grass because I think I'm going to need it for a bed. Alright, there we go.
The breaking news, big story last night. Podcaster, live streamer Tim Pool suffered a case of, we believe, diarrhea or vomiting or a little bit of both. Live last night on his Timcast broadcast while he was talking to Donald Trump Jr. Let's take a look and see what happened. And we can discuss.
So we do have a cave here. I'll just check this out briefly. Okay, and we found a little ruin. So this is a new underground ruin, I think. So that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of inventory space. But I don't... Oh, there's good stuff in that chest. Oh, there's a bed right there. Okay, let's just sleep here for the night. That's kind of convenient. Yeah, I guess I don't need that anymore. Boy, I'm almost dead here. Let's... God, okay, well... Oh, shit. Okay, we've sealed ourselves in now. Alright, well... And that's a... Is that a crucible? Yeah, there's a ton of, like, good supplies here. So I'm definitely... Why can't I sleep on this? Is this a thing?
You know, when I went to visit my relatives in Finland, we went to like an old castle. Hold on, let me just say, we went to an old castle, and we were
Get rid of
touring
some of these.
around, and they said like they obviously had no toilet paper at the time. They said the top squire or servant would be the one who would wipe the ass of the king at the time.
I guess there's no block there.
It was beneath the king to wipe his ass with his own hand, even though typically at the time.
And I guess I can't sleep on that. Did that just...
The rest of people.
Where did the rest of that straw bed go? There it is. Okay.
Person.
It was called the groom of the stool.
The groom of the stool to wipe the king's ass with their own left hand. Now, Ian has said some nice things and said I wasn't a pedophile, so I appreciate him for that.
That was nice.
I don't want to call him the hand of the stool, groom of the stool, but it's just something to consider.
Well, I have an alternate theory. I mean, maybe Tim was going to go throw up, and Ian was going to hold his hair back from the...
That's so romantic.
Okay, so I guess we have to make this bed after all.
It's funny. The second level of that got to me.
And maybe I'll mark this. I usually mark these with this little symbol if they're underground. But that's got to be distinguished from Fireclay, which is getting that symbol now too. Okay, let's make sure we're not hungry. And then we'll go ahead and rest, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of health by the time we wake up.
I don't know either, honestly. But sometimes when you're stressed about certain things, it causes indigestion.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sound effect worked there. I said that was Big Burger.
Yeah, really immature.
Okay.
Disgusting.
I mean, look, we don't have. I'm just reporting on the reporting. I'm you know, we have the
This is
ability.
media critique.
Yeah, this is media critique.
Well,
I
I
following like Tim.
tempted though I am to stay here and continue collecting resources from this one, I think maybe the thing to do is to go ahead and make a tough decision about what to take with from this chest only. Zinc and tin. And if I had a hammer, I could consolidate those. I think I'll just grab these. I've got some copper. I guess I have to leave it at that. Okay.
Hi, just taking off my headphones. This is Sarah.
We did get a little bit of health back from sleeping.
Sarah from Newton, Mass.
Yeah.
And that's at 120, by the way.
What's on your mind?
So, I don't know if you've heard anything about the teacher strikes going on in Newton.
Oh yes, I did actually. Are they on strike now, or
Yes.
Okay. So
God damn it.
they're on strike.
Either Friday.
Okay, this is not good. We need to get out of here.
What is the and how
I almost died. That would have been really inconvenient. I think a rock thrown at me might kill me.
The entire NTA, Newton Teachers Association, is about 2,000 people. So they're all on strike.
Okay, so we're... Oh, shit. Okay, not good.
Basically, everyone's on strike. The union voted 98% to go on strike, which is incredible.
Not sure if this guy's gonna be able to navigate through this clutter. But either way, I want to stay here for just a minute until I can get past him. I feel somewhat stuck.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
I really don't want to die.
I grew up in Newton and went to Newton Public Schools. And every
South or north?
is standing behind
There we go.
Was it south?
North.
North? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm from near
I can maybe take a rock to the head now, but oh man, there's a lot of noise.
Are there teachers out there striking?
God dang it.
I mean, are a lot of teachers.
Okay,
they got things to say?
maybe I need to dig my way out.
a lot of teachers from neighboring towns.
I mean, it's not that, can't be that far to the surface, right?
Excellent.
A lot of community members too.
Let's see if that's possible.
Did you, and are there, there's a lot of community members out there?
I feel like that's the safer way to go. Surface is usually about 135, I think.
Too much attention.
So we're only, you know, a dozen or two blocks down, so it shouldn't be too much of a dig. And it does create another direct path to the surface, to this ruin. We can come back to it later. I guess I need to maybe be more thoughtful about going into caves. I'm on this mission just to get Lime, and I clearly have strayed dramatically from that mission.
Was a lot of emphasizing social justice unionism, which where there's
Just a few more blocks to the surface here.
an attempt to carry the issues of the community. It's or what if, in this instance,
Let's see, I gotta remember what sea level is. I think, is sea level always the same on each world? I think it might be 134.
For the first half of the school year, they couldn't reach any negotiations over the issues were pay for teaching aides and special ed teachers, as well as
Okay, we should be getting close to breaking out here.
and increases.
There we go.
Called the increases in pay per year based on inflation, because
Okay,
they weren't getting pay increases that were reasonable every year.
let's get rid of these.
Take into account. So it was over that.
Okay, so now,
So having
yeah, sea level apparently is 138 there.
in schools for student safety.
Alright,
So
do I want to keep going north? I guess so.
we will we're gonna try and get
I just, it's very upsetting that I can't find any chalk whatsoever. Any lime producing rock whatsoever.
a lot of people on the line. A lot of people have been holding for the full 45 minutes that we've been taking calls. Call from a 209 area code. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Okay, so, there's a rift. I definitely don't want to deal with drifters right now.
Oh wow, that's way behind. Alright, 209, I'm putting you back into the
Alright, that's a ruin.
maybe we'll get to you, I don't know.
And I guess I'll head kind of diagonally northeast.
Call from a 603 area code. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Jeff. I'm actually calling from Iowa.
Jeff from Iowa, what's on your mind?
Well, so a few months ago, I was thinking about cowardice in politics and cowardice in reporting. They're probably the same. Sort of aligns with the DeSantis stuff, but
Okay.
months ago, we were talking about Andrew Yang, talking about Joe Manchin. How centrism totally gonna catch on, guys. Just give it a second. We had all these breathless reportings about it. How, you know,
Get some of these rye seeds.
have DeSantis who just gives up and completely becomes the reek of 2024, same way Ted Cruz was. And just miraculous to me.
Oh shit. Yeah, you gotta keep in mind that the boars can attack you now just for being around their young.
Which is that you can say,
That's a change in this version, so I very nearly took a death, lethal shot from a boar there.
idea that we can still be this milquetoast, let's take everything swiftly and let's take everything seriously and everything will be okay. And that the media thinks, the people in power think that
There's Pete. I guess I'll mark that by punching it, and
1960 where
mark these.
work, there's money, one's going to be successful because they're all comfortable. So much as be everyone else in the real world. So we're all just going to ignore stuff that actually matters. While the politicians are rewarded for their cowardice, because no one actually asks them questions. And for
Okay.
full run of this, I live in Iowa.
Well,
Actually, my family's from New Hampshire. Kind of get weirdly exposed to political primary stuff. Do you know all these Republicans running exclusively for second place? None of them decided to actually just attack Donald Trump. That happened in 2016. No one's learned this lesson. It's just absolutely smackingly crazy to me. I just don't understand.
okay, that's a quartz bit. I don't really want the quartz though, so I'm gonna throw that back down, but marks on the map very efficiently by picking that up. Alright, let's check this out. Is that granite poking out from that shell? See, if I found marble, and by the way, I have found marble, now that I think about it. I know for a fact that I found pink marble right there.
First off, Donald Trump does not care. Okay,
maybe that's the token to getting lime, because the marble can crush down to lime. And you end up, even if you're going for full blocks of marble, you end up with quite a few of the rocks which you can crush down. So that's peridotite.
Free flowing for the most part. He's not as packaged as mainstream politicians are. Okay, and the reason why they don't.
And there's fire clay.
Because they cannot attack Donald Trump. Here's the thing: there is no Republican who was going to beat Donald Trump. There was never a Republican who was going to beat Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump could have a heart attack. Donald Trump could get arrested and be in a jail, and even then, I'm not even sure. But there was never a Republican who was going to beat Donald Trump, because that is what Republican voters want. And in terms of
Okay.
speaking, if there was no electoral college, this would not even be controversial. Who's going to win the election? But there is an electoral college, and we do have
So I'm heading
a Democratic
east
Party
now.
that is has always been, we have a duopoly in this country. It's true, and the power of capital dictates.
All right, there's another mountain range up here. That's interesting. Oof. I really would like to stop taking damage. That would be nice. Let's go check out the base of this mountain. I guess I wouldn't mind. Maybe I should get some band-aids.
No one was going to displace Donald Trump, and this was set to stone. I think.
I do think with all the linen that I have back home and what I've got on me now, I think I have enough for another backpack.
It's just simply the Republican Party has
Lag spike for the mountain to load there. Okay.
created a Frankenstein, and then they lost control of it. And that's just the bottom line. Is racism is appealing to them? The idea, you go back and you look at the rhetoric that supported George Bush. He's the CEO president.
Okay, that is marble up there, I think. Or is it the sky? No, that might be the sky. Yeah, that's just the sky. My bad.
With all of these sort of Paul Ryans and et cetera, you are morally superior if you have money.
Okay, and there is a lead.
What was it, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, we were sitting here saying,
Oh, I didn't want to pick that up.
Donald Trump is going to get on
Oh, I can put this down? That's cool. That's new. That you can put the nuggets down like that. That is a new feature. I'm not sure if that's... I don't think it's a mod. I think that's just the vanilla game. I could be wrong.
Racism, the anti-immigration stuff, which is all from talk radio. It bit George Bush in the ass in 2005 when he and
Well,
Carl, what's his face, Rove, knew that the Republican Party, at least in terms of numbers, was going to end up being a minoritarian party unless they became
a very interesting generation. This is a beautiful cliffside mountain, or, oceanside mountain. That's a really good generation. I'm glad I went with the whatever settings I selected there. I guess what we're going to do is go over here, and then we're going to have to head back home. But yeah, not a single shred of chalk or anything. Not even any marble visible that I can see easily. Not saying there's not a little sliver of it somewhere I'm missing, but none of it's readily apparent.
have them lose their homes. And it's just a fact. They could have.
That goes back to cowardice, though. Like you said in your previous
That's ideology.
earlier.
Okay, let me just mark this real quick. So I would say the best thing about this update so far is probably the ruins, the new ruins. I've only gotten a small taste so far, but that's nice. I needed that. But they seem to be pretty good so far. Just another axe. There we go.
Oh yeah, but it's I don't think Barack Obama thought he was captured by capital. It's just Barack Obama, to get to where you're going to be a president, to get to the point where you can actually do
that position.
what's that?
He needed to.
No, he didn't need to in his mind. He thought it was the right one.
That he did is why he was the one who
yes,
made it there.
because he's marinated in a perspective that what the guy's name, Froman from Citigroup, and that Rubin from Citigroup, they understood
Okay,
what needed to be done.
that looks to be granite popping up above that peridotite up there, I think. Hang on guys, 1 second, I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Was not necessarily the most politically Today, Alina Habba claims she was exposed to COVID, yet Trump isn't wearing a mask in court. Another delay tactic while he keeps defaming Carol on social media. I hope he damage his decision. Jay Tingle. Heidegger is perfectly nice when he refers to you on his podcast.
Oh, really?
Okay, sorry about that delay there, guys. I'm back. Had a couple of things I had to do that were time sensitive, but I've got those under control. Alright. Oh wow, that was a big fall. That was not good. I really do need healing.
Test water mostly for regulatory compliance. I wonder if I'll be out of the job if the Chevron doctrine gets overturned. People are still going to want their water tested, I would imagine. Ginny Sachs Mole. Who is this Tim Upperdecker? And the final IM of the day.
Well, there's a village.
Oh, shoot. No more callers on.
Interesting landscape.
Calling in with a 713 number
And is that a trader? I think that's a trader. Yeah, sure is. Let's go check that out. And then we'll head back home. But I think what I'll do is I will...
If you can call in, we'll flag it.
Yep, we'll look for that number. All right, folks. Bradley? Well, I guess you've been back for a couple of days, as far as I'm concerned. Welcome back. Great job today. Matt, great job today. Emma, great job. Folks, see you tomorrow.
Okay, so this is luxuries. So let's talk to him, and that's marked on the map now correctly. Luxuries are great because they'll sell you... Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, and they'll give me 64 for that. I wish I could sell some stuff to him and get some money, but we can't. Wow, that's 73 gears. How is that 4 gears and that's 73? That's bananas. Oh, this is Decor Bazaar. Okay, so that's... They're just cheap wallpapers, but they're part of that mod. Okay. I do have 10 in silver. I could... Or, zinc, I mean. Well, anyway. I don't think these ever come with anything in them. Okay. So what I need to do, basically, is I need to find healing items. So I need to get, you know, 4, 8 cattail, and I think it's... I always forget. Is it the cattail? That's the one. Yeah, it's double the horse thing. Horsetail. Okay, here's a ruin. I'll mark that. And there's just no cattails in this area that I can see very easily. And we're in a chert biome still, with shale sand down here. That's interesting. Okay, here's some cattail. Let's get 8. And then we'll get, you know, I guess 16 horsetail whenever we come across that. Okay, good. That is halfway to healing, my friend. Alright, we need to get up here. Should I go around this way? Or should I take this known passage? I guess I will. I'm feeling adventurous. I'm gonna go this way. I'll probably stop streaming here in 20 or 30 minutes. I got stuff to do, but I'll stream later tonight probably. Is that a dead rabbit? Yeah. Okay, so we're looking for horsetail now. This is getting into a bit of a forest biome, so theoretically possible for horsetail to generate here. There's also some copper. We definitely also need to be on the lookout for tin, especially now. Because although I think we have enough tin to get our first bronze tools, I'm not sure we have enough to get an anvil yet. Unless we can somehow break down those ingots and make them into tin, you know, make them into bronze somehow. Which I'm not sure if that's possible. Never had to do it, so I just don't know. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna be relegated to getting pink marble for my source of lime, which was the whole point of this entire journey. Unless we, you know, get really lucky and find some over here somewhere. And yeah, no horsetail up there. So I guess we'll just keep going. At least we've got a couple of health bars. So, you know, if we got hit in the head with a rock, we'd probably survive. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Seeing something over here that looks very promising, although it might just be granite. We'll only know if we get a little bit closer. Yeah, the closer I get, the more it's looking like granite, but let's still get closer yet and see if it's limestone or chalk. Yeah, it's looking like granite. Okay, here's some horsetail though. So we need 16 of these. Alright. Perfect. And now we've got a full stack of bandages. Poultices, to be technical. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, this is cool. The auto marking of these mushrooms, I forgot that I had that turned on. Let's see. That's edible, that's poisonous. Okay, so I didn't know. It's nice to have that distinction. But apparently jack-o'-lanterns are poisonous, so that's good to know. We are much healthier now than we were. But yeah, that's just granite up there. It's not marble. Or chalk or limestone, sadly. Boy, though, do I feel a lot better about life with that healing that we just did. Even with all that healing, we still are not fully healed. Alright. Gosh, though, that's sometimes some of these angles, that still looks like it might be something more than granite. It's probably not, but let me just get a little closer and make sure. I mean, from this angle, it definitely looks just like granite, so, okay. I guess we'll swim around this way a little bit. Alright. Oh, there's a meteoric expansion meteor. Always good to see that. Alright, I guess I'm gonna swim right over to this little island thing here. It's kind of a cool world gen happening. You know, this ostensibly we're in an ocean biome right now. And it's getting dark out. Yeah, this is a cute little island sticking up in the middle of the ocean here. It's giving, you know, Iron Islands vibes. There's some crops on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get up there easily. Could make a ladder. And I could just keep swimming for it. Yeah, I love that island. It's like a little crater thingy. It kind of looks like something you'd see off the coast of Hawaii. Very cool. Alright, there is that a trader? I think I see a trader dead ahead. So I'm just gonna swim for this. It would be nice to have a raft, but we don't have that yet. In any event, this is the way to get home. We'll follow the direction of these meteors, essentially. The meteors have always been like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow kind of a thing, because you see them going across the sky, and you do see the meteoric expansion impact craters, and yet you never see them connect. I think maybe they're two disconnected mechanics of that mod. I could be wrong. Okay, so this is like a little island chain, isn't it? That we're kind of going across here. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's check this trader out. We'll probably sleep here as well. Just gonna see if there's any, like, obvious little resources hanging around the island. Temporal rift, we don't want to deal with that. Mark these, I guess. But no ores poking out or anything. Okay. Oh, is that new? This design is treasure hunter. Okay. We needed a treasure hunter, frankly. So he would sell me a treasure map at some point. So we'll definitely have to think about coming back here. And we could sell him that shovel for 3. I'm not going to do that. I want the shovel more. A linen sack eventually, candles. We could sell him some stuff. Okay. So that's cool. So let's go to sleep. Let me eat first. And then I may have to come back that way. Fortunately, that will put us on trajectory to get home if we do end up doing that. All right, let's go ahead and sleep. Okay, and nice morning time, and then we got another rift right on top of us that overnight. Okay, well, I think I'll start out. Oh, there's Aurochs spawned on the island. That's interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna start out going due south, but unless there's like an island that becomes apparent very quickly, I'm gonna take a right-hand turn in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Oh. Hang on. Oh, that's just the shadow. Okay. Yep, no island, so I'm going to take a right-hand turn and just basically head directly from my house icon on the map now. Beautiful day to be swimming across the ocean like a crazy person. That's an interesting formation down there. That looks like a ruins. Yeah, and these clouds, although not storm clouds per se, they definitely have a little storm cloud element to them, don't they? They're like cumulus turning into cumulonimbus clouds. That's pretty cool. It's kind of subtle. Oh. Go ahead and have some berries while we're swimming. And we are going to pass right over this ruin, I think. And I guess I could mark it. It's probably highly unlikely we'll ever go down there and explore it, but you never know. It's actually quite hard to see down into the depths. Yeah, virtually impossible to see anything down here. Very scary, actually. If there were hostile mobs down here, it would be utterly terrifying. And I have to go back up now because my breath meter is about half gone. Alright, that's good. Yeah, it's really impossible to tell where that ruin was at this point, so where am I on the map? Alright, let's kind of curve more. There we go. Be nice if I could see some land. What I'll do is I'll probably explore these island chains a little bit more when I have a boat. But yeah, this is kind of unpleasant to have to swim across this manually. It reminds me of the days of Terraforming Craft, because Terraforming Craft had these big oceans too. And again, I like having an ocean. I intentionally set that setting. But obviously, without a boat, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, those clouds do look really good, though. There we go. So I think I can get home yet today. Nice big tower there. Sea tower. Alright, so we're coming up on the coastline here. And we'll go ahead and head to home once we get there. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, here's a bed. I forgot that I slept here. Actually, I left a beehive here, and it's populated. Okay, grab that. That's cool. 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Mom? whole time he wanted to do it 5,000, but you know, we kind of both thought he was kind of getting cold feet about whether he could commit to that, and I thought, well, let's just do something that's manageable. Maybe yeah, we'll have to talk about how to set one up. Right. Right. Yeah, probably not. Sure. Sure, it'd be easy to manage that. It does. I agree. It's not bad. It's like 20-something degrees. So it's not bad. Yeah. No, it was just a normal Sunday. In fact, I was home when you called. I just didn't see my phone ringing, so. Mhm. Mhm. Wow. No, I'm glad you have a little friend. Yeah. Yeah, they're struggling. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that. It's a weird thing, but I guess that's how lizards, reptiles, amphibians. assume everything's going well, yeah. Yep, I saw that. Yeah, they must do pretty well, and you know, they... Wow, that's crazy. I should have... No, it won't, but, gosh, maybe I should have looked into that back when we were brainstorming more than I did. But I think it's a little easier because she's in a neighborhood and she's got a broad connection. Okay. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, he's saying hi. They have a similar kind of look or something. Kind of small and skinny and well presented. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. Right. That's a nice thing about a young cat is they'll do that all day long. Eventually they kind of grow bored. They kind of realize at some point in their life that, yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll probably be, it's a billable hour requirement. It doesn't matter when at any given time. So there'll be hearings and there'll be meetings and things too. So it'll be fairly structured, but it's also flexible in the sense of halftime. Yeah, I still do other jobs and still do my cases. Right. Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it was just kind of a mid-career kind of, yeah, kind of thing, and I'm getting back into it now. So, yep, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the move. I'm happier than I thought I'd be. I don't mind the smaller space that much, and I don't even mind not having windows that much. The only, I mean, it's just, it's a very comfortable room, and the location is so convenient. So I think I'm pretty happy here. Uh, I also want to mention that, so the public defender check they issued on 117, but I haven't gotten it yet. Physically, I don't know if maybe this one has been kind of a very challenging check because I changed my address on their form. Anyway, the point is, I'm sure it'll be here, if not today, then tomorrow or something like that. But I'm worried that my money is a little low to get me to the point of that check, and I feel like this is the last time I'll have to ask for money. But is there any way I can get a little bit of that? Yeah, I mean, I will need one more infusion, but that's the last one. For now, you know, a couple hundred. Just my account's at less than $100, and I just don't want to get an overdraft fee. So it's weird because I've been here since December 1st, and even in November a little bit. But the way they do it is they supposedly add it to your account. So in other words, the building pays the bill up front, and then they bill you on the back end. So it's very convenient. But when I went to pay my bill this year, that's right. I think they would have grounds to evict me or whatever if I didn't pay it. So yeah, it's always gonna get paid, and I'll never get it shut off or anything like that. That being said, I don't recall there being one on my monthly bill on the first of this month, so it was kind of maybe it takes a month to catch up or something. I'm not sure. Not yet. I'm planning that, and I will do that. I had to do that on my last place. I've never had a problem paying rent. Yeah. Right. No, I have a couple friends who are thinking about, taking it or something. So I'll probably just do something like that. But you know, I'm not a huge birthday person, and I'm sure I will get a free shot. The saddle is not a garden shot. Um, but I bet you my friend will take me to Open Steps. It's my favorite, like local restaurant. That's the Lebanese restaurant down here. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. Okay. Well, no. All right. Well, I'll enjoy that, and yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the ticket to get out of this hole. I also think unfortunately it's been in this for a while, but we don't. Let's see. I've got the. I've got it right here. Hold on. All right. It's fall. He's 1 year younger in terms of the grade that he graduated in, but he was old for his grade, and I'm kind of right in the middle of that. He's only about a half year down on. Yeah, he's probably about to turn 30. I don't think he wants kids, but they're about the same age as, I think. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's like, she might actually have a kid. So maybe that'll be the kind of nature of his family, is more of a blended family like that. Yep. Yeah, 40 is a little too insane. I wasn't. I knew the moment he announced. Hey, she was texting me about, because I had mentioned that the whole thing has started, and got a little bit scared. I just wanted to like talk about it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually pretty optimistic, but I'm not right now. I thought he was doing good, but lately he's kind of coming off like a man that doesn't really know what's going on, and they did a horrible job promoting her. They've done nothing to help her out, so it's not, but she doesn't come off as popular. So, not good. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Okay, sorry about that. You probably overheard part of my conversation. That was probably pretty interesting. I cannot believe I'm still streaming. I absolutely should have stopped streaming there. Maybe I'll find a way to cut that out in post. I don't know. But anyway, if anybody was listening to the personal details of my life, congratulations on a very boring conversation that you probably just overheard. Alright, let me get going here again. So, I was just noticing that we have this populated beehive. Now, I actually think I have the ability to pick this up. Because I can just go like this. This is getting spoiled, so let's get rid of that. And then this can go down here. And then we can go... Let's see. Boom. Alright, we actually have the ability to pick up this populated skep. This is like the earliest in the game that I've ever had a beehive. I've never had a beehive before the Bronze Age before in this game. So that'll be interesting. I'm barely in the Copper Age. But that's super convenient, and that is a earned beehive. That is not a I got it from the village beehive. I think that one thing I don't mind looting a little bit for like decorations and tools and stuff, but the beehive I would have felt guilty about just taking a beehive from a village, because it's usually a kind of hard thing to get a little bit in this game. There's boars. Let me mark that. Oh shit. I thought he was running at me. So I'm going to go ahead and do boar. And I usually do animals in blue, and I use that B symbol there. You know what? I just realized we haven't come across a locust nest yet either, now that I think about it. Okay, there's a cave. I'm trying to avoid getting attacked by that boar. Okay, so moving along. I don't think I've gone this direct path yet. And I probably didn't need to mark that boar, except for I haven't found that... Oh, shit. He got me. He got me. Yeah, there's a bunch of boars over here. So this would be... You know, if I need to go a distance to get boars, I'll potentially go over here.
To Houthi attacks in the Red Sea.
Let's
Not interested in a conflict of any kind here. In fact, everything the
let's
president
see.
has
How do
been
I...
doing has been trying to prevent.
I think I need to go across the north part of this mountain and then bend down and come that way. So let's stay a little bit north as we go along here.
But before these particular strikes, we also saw a new genre of critique, like this video from TikToker Godiva Godiva.
I just heard a
I'm not
impact
sure if you watched
explosion.
the White House press meeting yesterday, but baby, it was going down, okay? So Kirby was taking questions, okay? And
Oh, there's another
everybody was asking
wolf pup,
questions, but this woman
and
agreed.
presumably
She
its
said,
parent.
you know what?
I'm not way too far away from home to make that work.
Kirby
In fact,
is John
those
Kirby,
boars are probably too
the
far away
US
from home to make
National
work.
Security Council coordinator for strategic communications. And the woman in green is my colleague, Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera's White House correspondent.
Something she said really struck
Alright,
me.
let me
She
go
said,
down here.
"We're literally all telling you she's speaking for the people. That is my goal."
This particular line of questioning from Kimberly came about a week before the US and UK bombed Yemen. And it was about whether Biden's policies were escalating tensions in the region.
Is that not being seen as a provocation? If you know that Iran sees that as a provocation, you take the action anyway.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab these gears.
I didn't
If
set out for the John
possible.
Kirby Red Sea exchange to be a viral moment. I am ready every day to grill the press secretaries, and this day I just happen to be called on. I don't get called on a lot because they don't like me. I challenge them, I ask follow-ups, I don't accept their talking points, and often if we have an interaction, it usually
getting more used to this
doesn't
timing, but
go
it's still
for them.
weird.
And so I was a little surprised at how long this exchange went. And in the moment, I was thinking, why am I not being shut down?
This exchange happened on January 3rd. And then on January 5th, an article came out in the U.S. news outlet Axios about a, quote, tense podium battle between Kirby and White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, the person who called on Kimberly in the first place. Usually those press briefings are a one-person show, run by the press secretary, Jean-Pierre.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, so this morning, President Biden announced that...
But recently, that hasn't been the case.
Okay.
When Jean-Pierre
Go back
assumed
this
her
way.
role in 2022, U.S. President Joe Biden told her she'd be teaming up with Kirby. According to that Axios report, it's kind of a fraught arrangement for the two.
She was not throwing him a life preserver the way that normally she might have. She was letting him squirm. And that benefited me, and that benefited the global audience.
Alright, let's get some ladders here, see if I can make my way up to this. It looks like there's sunlight coming out from up there.
You said nothing the president has ordered has been designed to widen or deepen this conflict.
And so I kept hammering him, and he was defending the indefensible. As long as American policies
Yeah, I think I see sunlight up there.
the global audience, they need a voice, and I'm trying to be that voice in that room.
Alright, I'll just dig my way up here since I don't have enough sticks.
As Israel's war on Gaza continues, John Kirby has become a mainstay on the White House press briefings.
John Kirby comes in because he knows foreign policy. He knows national security. It's not Korean's strong point. Domestic issues are her bread and butter.
Alright, there we go.
That's not John Kirby's strong suit. He is an
Perfect.
admiral from the U.S. Navy.
Okay,
In
so
many
I don't think there
ways,
was anything
maybe
down
it
there.
waters down the
healthcare has achieved in terms of being the first openly gay black woman to hold the
So
position
those are no
of White
longer
House press secretary. But
anything
at the end of
good.
the day, we're in
What's
the
down here? Did I
middle
already
of
check
a
this? Oh god,
potentially
there's a wolf.
Third World War, and she does not know foreign policy the
Alright,
way
let's
John
move
Kirby
along.
knows it. And that's
Again,
why
I'm
the president
still
has
looking
John
for
Kirby
caves that
coming
have
into the briefing room. But yeah, you can feel the
underground
tension in the room
ruins and
sometimes.
things like
And
that.
if you look at
And we
Craig
still
Jean-Pierre's
need
face,
a lot
she
more
is not
temporal
happy
gears.
sometimes to be
But I
sharing
think
that
our
stage,
best
and
interests are served by
she makes it
focusing
known.
on
What is
advancing
the
our
saying?
technological
If you
level.
want a friend in Washington, get a dog. You know, maybe John Kirby has a dog.
Kirby might not have friends on his side of the podium, but he does have friends in the briefing room. Akbar Shahid Ahmed, the senior diplomatic correspondent for HuffPost, has been following his long career in
Let's go this
Washington,
way.
D.C., among other things.
I cover a range of agencies.
Anytime we're in Slate, as a rock type, it's conceivable that there'll be a vein of marble that generates, which I would consider mining for the lime.
As he's become the spokesperson for Joe Biden.
And this is getting, it's a box canyon situation, so we might get trapped.
For statements like this.
Being honest about the fact that there have been
There we go.
civilian casualties and that there likely will be more is being honest, because that's what war is. It's brutal, it's ugly, it's messy.
There we go.
So, Akbar, why do you think he's becoming a more public face over the past 3 months or so?
I'd say it's because of how sensitive this issue is, and by that I mean, I think people often use sensitive to say this is too complicated to talk about. It's sensitive because this administration is choosing to, in the face of immense criticism,
Okay, here's a cave, a big one, it looks like.
They are choosing to stand by the same policy. Given that, I think they need someone who can really have the heft to defend that policy.
A lot of clouds in this cave.
Has kind of unimpeachable credentials.
I don't know why I keep getting distracted though. This is not good. I need to get armor, really, before I spend too much time down here.
In the Obama administration, defending, justifying, explaining a range of very controversial policies.
We are getting deep in the cave and I'm having trouble remembering how I got here. I do like these things. There's a mod that allows you to harvest those things. But I don't have it yet.
I think what he's managed to do, not just in the Obama era, but importantly in the Trump era, where he was a kind of national security talking head for the Democratic Party on MSNBC, CNN, is establish himself as this very trusted, close advisor. And I think in a Biden context, that is what matters above all, right? Being in the 5 to 10 people the president wants to talk to all the time. I think people in the administration.
Okay, I'm actually getting a little bit.
Do end up being white men. I think that's a relevant factor given the president's stated commitments to diversity, hearing from a diverse group of people. I also note that
we're getting a little bit out over our skis here.
He is so well liked. He is so well connected. Again, a lot of national security press corps has known him for 10, 15 years, and many of them see themselves in Kirby.
Kirby might be speaking in a language that Biden, as well as some of the White House press corps, understand, but he's also gotten a lot of flack online for some of his statements.
Okay, we're out of food basically at this point, so.
Gaza policies are pretty unpopular, especially with young voters.
60% of young voters say they oppose more funding and military aid to Israel.
And the president, as well as members of his cabinet, have been targeted by protests over the past 3 months over those policies.
Oh God.
Palestinian activists rallied outside the home of U.S.
And we died.
Secretary
Okay.
Lloyd Austin this morning.
Well, that's our first death. That's not bad. Oh man, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to get back down there because I have no idea how to navigate that cave. But I need to hurry because I got 20 minutes. I don't have the player corpse mod. And I have a ton of stuff on me, including a populated skep. I should never have gone in that cave.
It's really evolved, Malika, over the course of now 4 months, because I'd say right after October 7th, when there was this deep wellspring of sympathy and there was a lot of shock, but what became very
here's the
clear
cave.
to people inside the administration, and I was the first to report on this, is there was a kind of culture of silence and a real sense of fear that if we are seen as questioning the policy in any way, in the way that we are actually tasked to do as national security experts, there was a feeling among staffers that that wasn't welcome in the administration, and if anything could lead to retaliation and hurt their own careers.
So how are they managing that? What does that look like? What have people told you?
Initially, there was a sense that people may start to resign en masse. So I broke the news of the first big resignation, which was Josh Paul.
A veteran State Department official in the bureau that oversees arms transfers resigned in protest of the Biden administration's decision to boost military aid to Israel.
All right, so we're getting close. It is a pinned marker on the map, fortunately, so maybe a couple, 2-3 hours of travel time to get to that marker, I think, probably. Of course.
We haven't actually seen mass resignations. I think
okay, we got a lag spike there.
There's been a lot of work by the administration to kind of win back its staffers. The moment would look bad for them to have an exodus, and there's a fear of being seen as leaving in this moment. So given the public outrage, they're almost having to choose to look away, which I think many of them feel horrible about. But they've explicitly been told, I've reported in some cases, by
there's a bear. I don't like that.
Look, the president defines the Gaza policy. He is not interested in hearing from people, even with national security expertise in his own government. So try to use your expertise on different projects if you don't feel you can go along with the president's clear policy on Israel-Palestine.
After the break, who is driving Biden's Gaza policy?
Alright, let's see if I can get... Man, this is not the best path to get up here, but... God dang it. Alright, can I get through here? Part of me would be a little bit surprised if I can even get through here. I should probably start picking up sticks, because I might need a ladder. Oh, there's lead.
So, Akbar, one of the reasons why
Ouch.
some career diplomats might be feeling sidelined, as you've reported, is because of a man named Brett McGurk. He's had some role in every White House administration since 2004. His position right now is White House coordinator for the Middle East.
Okay, I want to probably go through there. I think that's going to box me in that way.
Calls him the, quote, deeply controversial White House advisor running the agenda on Gaza, end quote.
I think it's critical to see McGurk as a product of post-2003, post-Iraq invasion U.S. foreign policy.
We're a global power with global priorities, but this region is interwoven with important and vital American interests.
This is a man whose entire job and his advancement in his career, his growing influence, has been in the context of that period.
Okay, I'm very, very
he's not been someone who has
concerned about losing my stuff at this point. Okay, let's try not to die here. There's copper.
A very intense U.S. presence in the Middle East, in terms of McGurk's relation to the Gaza crisis, is that he has prioritized a Saudi-Israel deal throughout the Biden administration, a deal that many Palestinians worry kind of pushes their concerns to the side and makes solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
We should be getting close now. I'm not sure if I marked the cave, the particular cave entrance that I went in, but we'll see.
Deal, often called a normalization deal, forward even in the face of
oh god, there's a bear. Fortunately, I didn't seem to aggro him.
It's a question that's being
okay, here's the cave entrance, it looks like.
Congress, it's being asked by people inside the administration. I can't tell you how many people are asking that question right now. for McGirt personally,
Alright, here we go.
it's the culmination
Now I recognize.
of a lot of his thinking, which is that the one lesson he's taken from the post-2003 war period.
Alright, I need to. I hate to do this, but
Incursions of US troops and US
I need to give myself a torch.
But the flip side of that
And it's.
is I want US-friendly government.
If I had prepared, I would have grabbed a torch when I was back home. That was just a mistake. So I hope you won't mind the minor cheating there, but I just needed to correct a error that would have cost me all my stuff, and there's no way to reload or save.
Biden ran on separating himself from Trump, but kept an
This is not the right way.
official on who's been on in the Trump era, the Obama era, the Bush era. What does
Is it
that
this way?
tell us about how these things actually work?
God dang it.
I think it tells us, I won't put my own words, but one official said to me, quote,
I don't think this is the way.
example of why it's great to be a white guy, right, in the national security establishment. So this idea of
Okay, I tell you what, I hate to do this.
not being kind of pressured or questioned as a result of that, right, being able
But I have to
and get bigger and bigger
figure out
jobs,
where my
maybe
stuff
because
is.
of likability, maybe
It's right here,
because,
okay.
you know, apples pick apples. The president made repeated commitments to bring in a more diverse national security staff.
Tell you what, I probably, I feel very guilty about shooting like that, but I kind of feel the need to like punish myself, in a way. Okay, there's that.
Quote, the inner circle on these issues is not at all diverse. Does that completely explain the monstrous disregard for innocent Palestinian lives? No, but it's hard to think these things are entirely disconnected.
Okay.
What is the mood like? Are there any moments from interviews that have stuck with you?
I'd say the mood is, it's one of not just frustration, but I'd say deep heartache among a lot of national security officials, almost shock.
There we go. Okay.
One instance
So
came up recently in my reporting in December was there's still hundreds of American citizens trapped in Gaza and their close relatives amid growing mass starvation, bombardment, the horrible conditions we know about.
let me go ahead and eat this real quick.
And State Department officials have actually been told they can't reveal to American citizens that Israel has blocked their relatives.
Okay, so to punish myself, I think what I'm gonna do is maybe
keep your family members where they are. It may be safer for them to stay there.
drop some less crucial aspects of my inventory. So I'm gonna drop those that I'm gonna get rid of all my flint as punishment. Get rid of that. I'll punish myself by getting rid of that and that. Okay, that's the toll that I'm making myself pay to live with myself for using spectator mode to get back to my stuff. I never should have come down here. Alright, I'm gonna let all that despawn. I hate to do it, but it's only fair.
Ready to and legally bound to, importantly, right? That is the law. It is the law that the U.S. government has to do everything it can to help citizens out in situations like this, which is why, Malika, there are now multiple lawsuits by family members of Americans and Americans whose relatives are there, saying the government is derelict in its duty.
Okay, so that is just a little underground pool. Nothing there. I guess I could dig my way out. That's really what I should have just done, is dug straight down.
U.S. President George H.W. Bush
Oh well. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
to Israel over settlement construction. His predecessor, Ronald Reagan, did the same during Israel's war with Lebanon. Why do you think, based on your reporting, that Biden has gone down the course that he's chosen?
I think it's important to remember that Biden, even historically and traditionally before becoming president, was more hawkish on Israel than your average Democrat or your average American politician.
Here's Biden speaking on the floor of the Senate back in 1986.
I think it's about time we stop, those of us who support, as most of us do, Israel in this body.
Okay, so we remember that sea level is something like 138. So we're about 14 blocks lower than that.
$3 billion investment we make.
I think post October 7th, given the intense emotional reactions that seem to be driving the president and some of his staffers, and then given the really shocking and unprecedented situation in Gaza, just tensions are so high.
Okay, we've got a quartz layer here. That could be a problem if there's no path to get around it. So we're gonna have to go laterally until we get past it somehow.
And it's clear the president doesn't want to budge.
And that's the tape. Special thanks to Chris Sheridan. This episode was produced by Nagin Oliai with Miranda Lynn, Zainab Bezin, Sonia Bagat, Berenice Campana, David Ender.
Welcome to Navarra Live. I'm Michael.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
Ash Sarkar. Thank you for joining
It's the problem
me this
of being in the Copper Age and having so much quartz around. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, we do have some heavy stories this evening. David Lammy is confronted over Labour's position on Palestine. Of course, it's not a confrontation that's heavy, but rather the broader context there. Benjamin Netanyahu is humiliating Joe Biden again and again and again, and doing so in an intentional way. We'll explain why. And Lucy Fraser is the latest Tory Culture Secretary to come for the BBC.
Right, let's see if I can get through this way.
If you think she hits or misses. A quick notice on Downstream with Yanis
God damn it.
Varoufakis
This sucks.
on February the 14th.
I cannot recall ever being completely cockblocked with quartz like this before.
Everyone who has already bought a ticket, make sure
I'm
you have
so
your
close
email
to the
address somehow.
surface.
I think if you want to get earlier
What if
access
we,
to these things, sign up as a supporter
over here?
probably on navarramedia.com/support. Israel's war on Gaza has hit a grim and tragic milestone. In just 108 days, the IDF's bombing campaign and ground invasion, as well as Israel's punishing siege on the territory, has killed more than 25,000 Palestinians. Nearly 10,000 of those killed have been children, including newborn babies. The UN has called Gaza, quote, a graveyard for children. There is still more than 8,000 Palestinians missing.
Oh my goodness, this sucks so much.
Towns and cities.
I want to get out
And some
so badly.
60,000 have been injured by bombs and gunfire, leaving countless Palestinians
This
with lifelong
sucks.
disabilities. According to Save the Children, more than 10 children per day have
This is
lost
like
one
just a
or more
giant,
limbs.
impassable quartz
It's been
barrier.
an unimaginable onslaught, and
I have
yet
never had this
was a
happen before.
headline
God
in the
damn
New
it. Okay,
York
I guess
Times this morning. Deaths in Gaza
I'll give up
declining. Never mind the 25,000
and try to get out the
already dead.
conventional
The
way.
good news is the number of Palestinians
There we
killed
go.
has
Those are
halved
still there.
over the last month. That's the message from the New York Times. That article
And we're
is
getting
accompanied by this graph. It shows that Israel isn't currently killing as
some
many
insanity
people
building
as it
up
was
here
in
too.
October, around 350 per day on average at its peak. Now it's killed about 200 per day over the last month. The article gives this diagnosis of the drop in Israel's murder rate. For more than a month now, the Biden administration and other allies of Israel have been urging its leaders to scale back the war in Gaza. A more
Try going up here.
plan, these allies have said, could reduce civilian casualties while still weakening Hamas. Some Israeli officials have made the same argument. It's now clear that Israel's leaders have followed the advice, at least partially. Maybe Israel has simply realized that it can save on bombs and bullets and let disease, hunger, and the cold carry on the job for them. Last week, Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported this: 500,000 Gazans are suffering from acute hunger.
I'm not sure if this is the way.
They say, according to the UN, Israel is creating
I don't believe this is the way I came, but it's definitely getting me close to the surface, and hopefully it'll get us around any quartz deposits.
Meanwhile, UNICEF has reported a 2,000% rise in cases of diarrhea amongst children in Gaza, a sign of the deterioration of child health in the Strip. Now that makes this conclusion drawn by the New York Times in the aforementioned article hard to take. They say this: Israel has responded to international pressure in ways that suggest its harshest critics are wrong to accuse it of wanting to maximize civilian deaths. Ash, what do you make of this New York Times article? Are they right? Does the fact Israel is only killing 200 people a day prove their critics are wrong?
I mean, absolutely not. 200 people a day is an exceptionally high death rate, considering just how small the Gaza Strip is and how short the conflict has been. If you compare it to something to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which has been described as a war crime. Some have even gone as far to describe it as genocide. I don't think that it amounts to genocide, but it certainly is a war crime. What Israel has done to a much smaller territory, much more densely populated territory.
Okay, and we are out. I feel very guilty about that one in particular.
Israel's killed more civilians in Gaza.
I kind of feel like I should leave that as a mark of shame.
Has during the entire course of the war. So
I'll unpin it though, at least. Okay, now we need to figure out how to get home.
Are wrong. That would only apply if you consider a reduction in deaths per day to 200 as being some great act of charity. It really isn't. It's not an act of humanitarian philanthropy at all. I think what this reveals is two things, which is, I think you're right, Israel's moving to a new stage in the war where it is able to not use quite so much expensive military hardware and allow its large-scale destruction of civilian infrastructure, from power to healthcare facilities to water to food and aid not being allowed in, allowing these conditions to immiserate the Gazans even further. We're seeing widespread diseases which are associated with poor sanitation, the lack of sanitation facilities, a 300% increase in miscarriages, so pregnant women losing their babies because of the conditions in which they have to continue their pregnancy.
Alright, I really need to get through this mountain range.
Young girls, women who have had to flee their homes,
See if I can get through here.
to using pieces of tent fabric.
I think we might actually get through here.
Sanitary wear, so using tent fabric as sanitary pads. That's undignified. It's humiliating, and it's something which will contribute to the spread of preventable disease. You're entirely right to say that it's merely a new phase in executing total warfare on the people of Gaza. It is not a easing of conditions.
Continuing to rebuild our meager stick supply here
the sort of media political
as we go.
context that Israel operates in when it comes to the West. So thinking here about America and also in Britain. I think that the political and diplomatic classes have been taken aback
Okay, I think we're getting
by the scale
close.
of Israel's assault on Gaza. I think they've been taken aback by some of their most dearly held platitudes, that it's Hamas and Palestine who get in the way of a two-state solution rather than the simple fact that Israel does not fucking want one. They've been genuinely shocked. So there has been, I think, an attempt to go, hey, can you guys not be so just outrageously fascistic and brutal and you know, outset with international law. And in scaling back military
Okay, here's another cave. This one's got nothing in it though, so that's fine. We're also in a temporarily unstable area, it looks like. I think there's maybe a correlation between more intense mountain generation and temporal instability. I could be wrong on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the thing.
Whereas, in fact, in terms of, you know, the human experience in Gaza, it's really not. It's really, really not.
It's a big old cave kind of thing.
And to return to the status quo in terms of how people think about Israel,
I'll
which
go ahead
is
and mark
allow
that.
them to conduct decades-long policies of apartheid, of ethnic cleansing, of territory theft, and in Gaza, creating of miserable conditions to contribute to the depopulation of the Gaza Strip. And you can pretend that that's not happening quite easily. You know, you can pretend it's not happening quite easily because it's no longer a case of quite so many bombs being dropped on the heads of civilians.
Really strange sort of congratulatory article from the New York Times. Can you imagine if sort of at Novara Media we put out a piece in November last year sort of saying, Hamas have reduced the number of civilians they've killed by 100% this month. Obviously, you know, many civilians were killed in the October the 7th attack. None were killed in November. Since when was this sort of a metric which we should celebrate? They're only killing 200 people a day, right? Completely bizarre. Completely bizarre.
Okay, let's get these berries.
Israel's war was to retrieve the hostages taken on October the 7th. And that was swallowed as a reason by many of Israel's international allies.
Okay, I think I see the lights of home.
Families of the hostages are increasingly skeptical of the country's approach. This morning, some of those families...
Or is it it's just this village? Never mind.
Parliament. They held up signs reading, quote, "You
And there's a
will
wolf
sit here
chasing me.
while
That's
they
great.
die there." The families called for the government
Alright,
to
maybe I'll go ahead and
secure
grab a
the
night
release of
sleep here while we're in the
hostages.
village.
One woman held up pictures of 3 family members who were seized, shouting, quote, "Just one I'd like to get back alive, one out of 3." And over the weekend, protests took place against
Why can't I sleep?
Netanyahu's government.
I guess he's taking up that bet, okay.
Of war. Families gathered outside the Prime Minister's residence in Jerusalem to protest his rejection of a deal that would have seen the hostages released. Netanyahu's reason for turning it down, its terms included Israel's complete withdrawal from the Strip and the release of Palestinian prisoners, something he said amounted to, quote, surrender. That comes hot on the heels of Netanyahu's statement on Thursday that Israel should have security control over the entire area west of the River Jordan. Now, that doesn't appear to be something Hamas is going to allow in a 16-page report released this weekend.
Okay, so we're kind of recovering some of our lost seeds now.
Of October, called Our Narrative, Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. The report sets out Hamas's reasons for the attack, their stated reasons. The end of the Israeli occupation of Palestine and the oppression.
Apparently turning them right back over.
They also deny any Hamas fighters targeted civilians on October the 7th, calling allegations to the contrary lies and fabrications. Of course, this document should be treated with the same skepticism applied to official Israeli accounts. Hamas are belligerents in this conflict, not neutral observers. But unlike Israel, Hamas at least say they're open to an international investigation into those events. They say we are confident that any fair and independent inquiries will prove the truth of our narrative and will prove the scale of lies and misleading information on the Israeli side. In the report, Hamas also makes clear that they, quote, categorically reject any international or Israeli projects aimed at deciding the future of Gaza that only serve to prolong the occupation. So far, Western powers haven't shown much interest in reining in Israeli projects.
And I guess we're going to go this way to get home.
There are some new signs that the EU may be beginning to move the dial. Top diplomats in the bloc pressed Israel for a path to a two-state solution. That's reported by France 24. 27 foreign ministers from the member states met with Israel's foreign minister to push for an international conference tasked with coming up with a peace plan. According to a document circulated amongst member states, a key goal would be the formation of an independent Palestinian state, quote, living side by side with Israel in peace and security. And it also said that participants should, quote, set out the consequences that they envisage to attach to engagement or non-engagement with the peace plan. So the idea of consequences is what has so often been missing when Western nations say, oh, we want a two-state solution. Well, what will you do if Israel won't agree to it, right? That's what's been missing. Israel's foreign minister, though, was at that meeting, and he came with a different idea. This is from The Guardian today. The Israeli foreign minister, Israel Katz, has suggested that Palestinians could be housed on an artificial island in the Mediterranean, as according to sources at the meeting of EU ministers in Brussels. It is understood that Katz presented a video on the concept to the 27 EU ministers as an alternative to the two-state solution. He told them the video referred to a plan made some years ago when he was a transport minister. The intervention has caused dismay in Brussels, where the EU representatives were meeting as part of a mission to lay the ground for a comprehensive...
Alright, we are finally back home. I apologize for the lack of commentary. This has been a horrible stream. I'll do better next time, but I need to go take lunch and take a break. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Vintage Story.